What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Let's Talk. I got with me my fighting aficionado homeboy, Shadow Fox.
What's going on, peoples? How y'all doing?
Okay, so Nintendo dropped a direct last week, and all everybody's bank accounts suddenly started crying in anguish. Um, we're not gonna talk about the whole direct. I did do a live reaction with Good Shepherd, so check that out if you have a chance. But what I want to talk about is the end of the direct.
Okay.
Right after the Splatoon story uh, story mode DLC, uh, they dropped a little trailer which showed the Inklings going at it. I thought we were gonna get an anime, but
You never
Inkling
know.
girl turns around and and looks like everything's on fire, and then you see the emblem show up in her eye, and it's Smash Brothers,
Yes. The
and it
HAL
says
logo.
2018.
Yeah. And that. Well, do you want to talk about that first, or do you want to?
Let's talk about that first.
Okay.
2018. All right.
2018.
Now, personally, I know how Sakurai does this stuff because he had already during the Wii Wii U iteration, he had talked about the preparation that goes into doing a Smash Brothers game,
Mm-hmm.
and so technically, yes, I believe it will come out this year because just knowing how he works, and I think it will come out this year. Now the question is, a lot of people, there's some people who are saying that it's just going to be a port of the Wii U version. Some people thinking it's going to be a brand new game. Me personally, I think it's going to be a brand new game, but I think it's going to be a brand new game that uses the Wii U engine.
So I'm think I'm agreeing kind of with what you're saying. It could be a new engine, and I don't think it's going to be a new engine because namely because the Wii U one was perfect, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying. There's no reason for them to have one.
Yeah. So what I think the reason why I think it's a brand new game is because if you just date it, like the
Yeah.
Smash for Wii U and 3DS was in 2014. So they've had, and if you're talking about the assume it was November of this year, that's 4 years on the dot they've had to make this game. And they announced, when did they announce Smash for Wii U? That was almost in 2012, right? And it
That
ended
was
up
in
being
2012.
delayed for 2 years.
Yeah, it was in 2012 because he didn't know that was going to be his next game because he was still finishing up Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah, so this game pretty much has been in development. It might have started as a Wii U project. We don't know because we don't know how the Wii U. Nobody knew how the Wii U was going to take off, even though we kind of knew that somewhere around mid 2014 somehow that they were even going to have a drastic turnaround for that system to extend its lifespan to 6 years or more, or it was going to be done. But either way, they obviously had a follow up project in the works, and then they just say I'm not doing Smash Bros again, even though he was damn lying. Yeah. So that's just the way it works. So 4 years to stew, it's probably a new game, probably very new. So new engine though, like why? Like this was 1080p. 30 60 frames per second, 60 in a lot of cases, depending on what was going on screen. So,
and they don't have to worry about a 3DS version this time.
Nope. And you can dedicate all your development to, well, technically you kind of still are dealing with a 3DS version because low voltage Switch version, you can basically, obviously it's a much more powerful system, but over 3DS at least anyway. So you're pretty much taking the same engine that you build for the console version of Switch, and whatever kind of modification you need to do to make it work. Offline, handheld or whatever would be perfect. So, but I'm like, this is like the perfect version. Like you can't even beat this with a stick.
Now the thing that the reason why I'm all for this being a new game because there are a few characters that need to not be clones, and there's a couple characters I would like to see added. But before we do that, before we get into what characters we like to see, the one thing that caught my eye in that trailer was when the camera pans over to the silhouettes of the characters, and of course they had to show Mario.
Of course,
you got to show the one of the most iconic figures in all of fiction.
Yep, you have to.
And they pan over and they show Link, but they don't show Twilight Princess Link or Ocarina of Time Link. It's Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah, I'm like, but do you think so? At this point, I think you gotta determine errors. I think at this point, like I feel that with Mario Odyssey coming out and basically being a celebration of Mario over the years,
yeah.
I think there's a reason why they silhouetted them.
I'm thinking that's Cappy. That's a Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, and I'm thinking there's probably multiple versions of Mario. Like, obviously, I think Dr. Mario will probably still be in this one, but I think you'll probably be able to reskin Mario depending on what era you want to do, and it'll probably be an amiibo tied or something like that. So if you get the classic amiibo, he'll turn into Pixel Mario or whatever. Yeah, I'm thinking stuff like that'll be on deck because they got to pimp out them amiibos.
They do. Now the other thing is clone characters, because I remember Sakurai was saying in the Wii U version they want to get rid of clone characters, and then there was one glaring clone character that really pissed me off, and it was Ganondorf once again being a clone of Captain Falcon.
Yeah, when was he not a clone though?
Much disrespect to Captain Falcon, but Ganondorf needs his own stuff, man.
Wasn't he different? Was he different in Melee or no?
No, he's always been, ever since his iteration in Smash, he's always been a clone of Captain Falcon because they've had to do it quickly to get the game out. But the thing about Ganondorf is either give him his demon swords or give him his trident and call it a day. You can't say they don't know how to do that because Palutena has a staff. Give him his trident or give him the demon swords.
It would be badass if he was able to transform like Samus does and he transforms into Demise. That would be badass.
Yeah, that would be dope if they did that. But then
they don't want to acknowledge Skyward Sword for some reason. I'm like, no, but Skyward Sword Link.
Here's the funny thing about it. They don't want to acknowledge him, but they keep doing hints at the most illest bad guy they ever had.
Exactly. Like, come on, man. Just go ahead and that was a great game, by the way. There were a lot of people hated on it because it was on the Wii or whatever, and they didn't want to do the motion control waggle. For whatever reason, motion control in Nintendo is bad, but motion control in everybody else is good. I don't know I don't like motion controls. Watch me play Kinect Sports. I don't like motion controls. Watch me use VR. Like what? I don't.
Because they got mad when we started acing them out in Call of Duty. But that being said, I mean, one of the things that I would like to see is pretty much put an end to the clone characters. And I know Sakurai loves Fire Emblem, but bro, you need to chill out with the Fire Emblem love, man. You 30 damn Fire Emblem characters. Is
Aurora and Ike really clones though? Like, are they really?
They're
pretty close, but
they're pretty close, but not really. But Martha and Lucina, they might as well be because he was like, Lucina's a little bit faster. You cannot tell.
Yeah, like only Robin.
I couldn't tell.
Now Robin and Corrin are pretty good, and you can pick male or female, which is awesome. But oh my god, like it just even I hate to say it, but even though Corrin plays completely differently. Just lining them all up together and watching all of them fight, with the exception of Robin, they all look like they fight the same. Even though when you're playing them, they aren't. Yeah. They look like they fight the same. If you just see a match between Corrin, Marth, Royal, whoever, if you just see all of them together, it kind of looks kind of boring. Like you're like, oh, they're all the same character doing the same thing, even though they're not. Like a lot of things are different, but they look the same, I guess.
To me, it's just kind of unfair because it's too many from that one series.
Yeah, what is it? 7
many from their series.
Isn't it like 7? Well, we can. I guess we can go down the roster here. Let me see if I have the.
Look, let's see. Ike, Roy, Marth, Lucina, Robin. I already said Ike. It's 7.
7. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was about 7 of them. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they got the most from any one series. So Yeah, tone that down, man. I mean, I know you love the game, but come on, man. That's just like favoritism at this point.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's with all 9 DLC characters. Let's see all the DLC. Let's take a look at this one and see what it looks like here. God, that's a lot of characters.
Yeah, because what was it?
Yeah, Robin, Lucina. Well, Robin, male and female. Lucina, Corrin, male and female. Then you got Marth, Roy, Ike. Do we have one more? Who else we have? I guess that's it. So that makes. Who are we missing? I'm missing one more. I got Robin, Lucina, Corrin, Ike, Roy, Marth. That's technically 6 or 8 if you want to count male and female.
I count male and female, so that's why. So I was off one. I counted male and female, so it should have been 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's the yeah. So I think like that should be just to be. I don't want to say fair, but just to be like, because I know some people don't like all the sword characters. Mm-hmm. I understand that, but you know, just to try to be like, okay, try to keep it somewhat simple, because he did go a little bit overboard with the Fire Emblem characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's not a popular opinion, it's just my opinion.
But don't you think it kind of I think it kind of worked though, because you're coming off for whatever reason out of nowhere, like Fire Emblem Awakening just became everybody wants to get into Fire Emblem now because of this game.
Yeah.
Do you think that helped with? I think that kind of helped. Smash Bros. Kind of helped bring that awareness along too. And I'm like, where are all these people coming from that like Fire Emblem now? Like,
yeah, they helped, but there was no Chrom.
Yeah, yeah, there was no Chrom. Now there's Chrom.
Yeah.
And certain Nintendo staff are ecstatic about that individual, but anybody that follows her, don't follow her Instagram unless you like thirst traps. But
she do all the time. I'm like, damn, girl. But okay, so we saw that. Now I don't know how many characters they probably going with, but I'm just going to spitball here. It's probably going to be in the upper 50s.
Yeah, because how many are we looking at now? I'm looking at that's 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 32. They're 3, they're 4, they're 5, they're 6, they're 7. And that's 16, 37 and 16. You're making me think now. That's 47, 50-ish. Yeah. So you're well over 50 here. So you're looking at, what was that? That's 16 and 5. So you got.
I'm pretty sure if they do this and they bring over the entire roster from the Wii U version, I'm pretty sure they're gonna add a couple more characters. Mm-hmm. And so that gives me to this. That leads me to this question: who would you want to see if you had your choice of any 2 characters?
Just 58 characters total, by the way, if you count the different Mii variations.
Okay, so you got 2 more characters you can put. They want to do it even 6. Let's say they want to do it even 60. You got 2 more characters. Who are your 2? Is that you would like to see?
The two that I would like to see. The most well, we know what the 2 are going to be. It's going to be Inkling male and female. It's going to be Inkling or probably
2 more that we don't know of. We know it's going to be them, but 2 more that you don't know of.
That I don't know.
We can't surmise from the teaser.
Man, I say bring Solid Snake back. I'll bring him back, and then maybe somebody else from another franchise we're not used to. Yeah. And then you got the ARMS characters.
Yeah.
So, which one other than the obvious? Because Twin Tails should be the obvious.
Yeah.
I think they saw the internet melt once they announced that character.
Yeah. Nintendo, I don't know what y'all got in y'all back, but y'all love thighs, boy. Anyway, so basically Solid Snake, but nobody from Death Stranding. All right.
Nobody from Death Stranding. Okay.
Me personally, I would like to see Travis Touchdown because
yes,
to me, Travis. I voted in when they did the Smash Battle. I voted for 2 people: Travis Touchdown and Bayonetta. I'm glad I got one of them.
Yeah,
So Travis Touchdown, and if I had a guess, because I was thinking maybe it's going to be an Arms character.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I would probably like, and this is me with wishful thinking, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Demise.
Yep. I was thinking if it wasn't Demise, I would think maybe they would go as far as to add maybe Rex or Pyra in there, or both, or because they marketed the heck out of that game, so I think they're trying to establish awareness in that franchise. I say go super dark and put Elma in there. Why not?
Yeah, but if you're gonna do it, you probably need to go off the one that everybody likes. For some reason, people didn't like X, even though X was awesome. That's neither here nor there. But
because people didn't understand the story was about you and the planet. That's exactly what it is. They just didn't. They're like, well, you didn't walk me through and get me used to these characters. Okay, great.
Okay, whatever, dude. So yeah, if that's the case, you probably would have Rex, and then have, of course, Pyra. Because let's be honest, people, Pyra is wifey for 2017, 18.
Yeah. Between her and Mithra, Jesus.
Between her and Urbosa.
Urbosa and Bridget. Well, Urbosa, yeah, because she oof.
Yeah. So between them,
I get it.
Yeah, Nintendo. Thank y'all for growing up.
Oh yeah. They're. Have you seen some of the Japanese text for Xenoblade Chronicles 2? They're on some other
There was some lines in there. There was some lines in there that we didn't get, and I'm kind of mad about that.
And then even the ones they localized, I'm like, so we can tell who helped with the localization on this one. It probably was the same individual that you should probably not follow on Instagram.
Yeah,
because she is an interesting character. She allows anything. Apparently, everything's a go. So we talk about, hey, so did you touch me last night? Oh my God! Really a conversation for sleeping at an inn? Bruh, really? Okay.
Well, first of all, she was in the bed with him.
Yeah, I'm like, man, come on.
She slept walk into his room, into his bed. Okay.
Yeah, so that's super creepy.
And they cut.
That's super mega creepy. Never mind, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Also, which is so whatever. And she's like 5,000 years old.
Oh well. So if we were gonna do that, because you'd have to be characters would have to be of course, because the way Nintendo does this, they either do legacy or characters that are kind of relevant. As far as third party, we got
Sephiroth.
I mean, I would like Sephiroth, but
what about Trombone? Because Mega Man is the only person from his universe right now.
Well, people want Zero. A lot of people been talking about why didn't they put Zero in?
Oh yeah. Oh God, Zero or just X.
Just X. Yeah, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope people don't get mad at me for saying this, but I never really cared for Mega Man the series. I like Mega Man X in that series, but
I like Mega Man. So 2 is the one everybody thinks is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
To me, it was 3. Bruh, I could slide.
Oh,
so I like
people slide in that game where was this in Contra? Oh.
Yes. Also, one of your bosses was a ninja. So I mean, I couldn't. And at that time, ninjas were the greatest thing ever. So I was all about 3, and also there was a trick in there where you hold up on the second controller and you could jump the height of the screen, which was just great.
Yeah.
So for me, it started with 3, and then I started playing all the rest of them. Kind of took 3 and made that the standard, and then just evolved from there. So, including the charge shot, I think that started in 4.
Yeah.
And so everybody they didn't know what a charge shot was because until they played X, because a lot of people didn't play 4.
Yeah.
So when they got a charge shot for the first time in X, they're like, Jesus, this is great. And I'm like, but Mega Man 4 says
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I came in on X. So Zero, I can understand why some people want Zero. Plus, he's a more he's kind of like a character that would fit better in the Smash universe anyway. In my opinion.
X from Mega Man X1 because he becomes kind of a wimp in X3. So X1 badass Zero.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. All right. Now I'm finna hit you with with a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so modes, because and I'm not gonna go through like every mode because that's just stupid. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say a mode's name and say whether it should return or whether they should just scrap that and we will never speak of it again. So the adventure mode from Melee.
I think for the majority of fans out there, it should return. I mean, personally, to me, I liked Emissary and Brawl, but a lot of people didn't like that. I liked it because you were able to do a little bit more. Like you weren't limited per se to your moveset and who you picked.
Yeah,
and everything was a little bit random as far as like how you didn't know what set things were to achieve, say, certain unlockables until you did them accidentally or you looked at a fact or whatever. So it kind of extended the value of the game. Like if the internet didn't exist and you played Brawl and tried to unlock everything, it would probably take you a year or two to find everything.
Yeah,
because of that alone.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
adventure mode is kind of straightforward, and you know what? But the majority of the audience likes that, so I would say adventure mode probably should come back.
And that one that you just liked should Subspace Emissary return? Because me personally, I would love to see Subspace Emissary return because I thought that was, first of all, they put an entire action platformer inside of a fighting game.
Exactly. And the moveset doesn't change, nothing changes.
Yeah.
And it worked.
And it was a complete action platformer that was about good between 8 and 10 hours, depending.
Yep. With custom endings and all that.
Yeah, with custom endings and everything. So, me personally, I would love for them to have Subspace Emissary come back. If you had a choice, would you have Subspace Emissary?
If it was up to me, yeah, I would have Subspace come back rather than adventure mode. But I think for Sakurai to appease everybody, you probably have to have both.
Yeah, have to have both. Yeah. Now, personally, I thought Subspace Emissary was the best way to get characters, just because. I mean, I'm sorry, doing it in Melee took forever.
Yeah, because you've been in the game forever and ever, and that's kind of boring.
Yeah. So Subspace Emissary, the way they did it in Brawl with Subspace Emissary, I understand why people didn't like it, but personally, that was quicker than playing 10,000 matches to get Ganondorf.
Yeah, it was also badass to go to the end and be like, you know what, I'm Super Sonic now. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but that was pretty cool.
And the fact that his dumb behind didn't show up to the last,
to the very end when you need him.
Like, hold on, bro, I could have used you in the freaking maze, and you show up now. I'm not using you. So now, in the 3DS version, we got Smash Run.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I thought I kind of like Smash Run because it was just so random.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? Do you think that's a mode that you can actually slide in?
I think that's what they need to do because think about this. This is going to be for them. This is probably going to be the ultimate project because it's a culmination of everything they've done from Smash until now. And Smash 4 for Wii U and for 3DS, they had different soundtracks, different stages in some cases. And I want to say not different gameplay, just like different things, like they outlined the characters and whatnot, because 3D kind of sucked in that scenario. You wouldn't be able to tell the foreground from the background, I guess, in some cases, so they had to outline them. Mm-hmm. Just certain different things they did. I think those aesthetic choices and those different power-ups and different modes and whatnot, for fans of the game that played both or whatever, they would probably like those little additions. So I kind of think that everything from the 3DS version needs to come over. So even the smaller stages for the 3DS, so those need to come over. The Mario Circuit ones and whatnot, all that stuff needs to come back.
Okay.
So
the randomness of it all, Smash Run got me because, like, yeah, at the end of a Smash Run, at the end of those 5 minutes, you might not be in a fight. You might be in a race.
Yep. I'll say this. This is what I think, because I know you're not going to ask me this, but I'll go ahead and put it out there anyway. I think there should be a custom server that they build that allows them to be able to re-enable all of the Miiverse stages and bring those back as well. And then all the little custom messages and stuff from Miiverse, all the posts they collected and everything went on a new server from my Nintendo, and then they all come back. That would be awesome. It also would be great if you turn on your Wii U and it all worked too, because it all pointed back to the right place.
Yeah, because
that would be badass.
One of the things that I love the Miiverse. I thought it was a great idea. I'm sad that they couldn't keep it going, but in the Wii U version, I loved like when you fight, you'd see like artwork come up, and it was kind of distracting sometimes, but
it was cool.
But it was cool. So now, 8-player Smash, me personally, needs to come back, but with the added benefit of online.
So I don't. Online would be kind of chaotic, but at the same point in time, it will. It will work.
Chaotic.
Yeah, it would work if it was team battle. I think where at least they were at least hosted in the same region or on the same console, 4 versus 4 type deal. Okay. That's the only way I think that it would make sense. Because otherwise, like one person from Albuquerque, one person from Japan, one person doing that for 8 people, that just sounds like absolute mayhem on the server. Like I don't know how they would be able to get that to work, short of everything happening server side, and that you would have to have a fast internet connection to even play that. That's the only thing I could think of to make that work right, is to split it up and have like people from one region or one console play against 4 people on another console or region. That's the only other thing I can think of really to get that to work for 8. Like because 4, depending on now this is speaking of Wii U Online multiplayer and the type of like the type of bandwidth they're limited to. Like if you just try to max out their bandwidth, you won't get much more than about 100 megs per second both ways. Okay. So you're talking a lot of throttling for a lot of people playing at the exact same time. So if there's a lot of people playing this game, there'll probably be a lot of lag if they don't open. They got to open some pipes up.
Oh, okay.
So and I'm thinking if like the most I've ever seen the Wii U ask of me when playing this game was about 7 megabits per second up. That was the most it ever asked from me, even when there was a lot of stuff going on. But you have to understand that even once it leaves your house and goes wherever else, they're collecting all that data from everybody. So it's going to be kind of I don't know. If you think about their total pipe, it's probably well over a gig. If you think about how many different people are connecting at the same time. But I think if they redo everything, if they redo everything the way I think they are, then you would have. I mean, you could probably have an infinite number of connections going on, because the actual data that you're playing with is like kilobytes, because you're just changing your position on the screen. It's not everybody has the same game. There's nothing different. There's no client to download or nothing like that. So you're just talking about changes of position in memory and on the game. So the actual data is not a lot. You just have to worry about different players and caching data for those timeouts, individual time. That's what makes everything kind of build up. But I don't know, man. It's short of the tech side. I think 8-player could work. I just don't think it would be feasible because of the US. We're the problem, because we have the worst bandwidth of any one nation. Yeah, we're the most sporadic. Yeah. So we're going to be the big problem as far as making 8 work. Short of everybody living in the same area or everybody having fiber or what have you, there's going to be some problems. So I would say if they do 8-player online, it'd probably be region based. That'd probably be the easiest way to do it.
That wouldn't be a problem. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they did it on Mario Kart, but you know, so I guess it could work.
And honestly, I think like the reason why I think like it would come to pass is because I think when they did it on the Wii U, that was a test run to see if like it would work and see if it would get popular. Because man, I saw so many videos. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, Maximilian Dude,
Mm-hmm.
When him and his friends get together do an eight player smash, that junk is crazy. And it made me want to do it. So I would get people together, we do it. So like, yeah, it's you get it going. It's you think 4-player smash is chaotic. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. 8 is ridiculous. And all I do, so in my household, my wife does it. She play every once in a while, but usually it's just me and my 2 sons, and we'll play. And then what we'll do is just create, 4 to 5 CPUs or make them amiibo or whatever, and we all go at it at level 9 or whatever, and all kind of crazy stuff happens. So we'll play 8-player that way, and that's still fun. So just I think it's better to at least have 8 local. I wouldn't go no higher than 8. Jesus, that would be ridiculous if there's more than 8 people at one time. Yeah. But yeah, I would do that. That wouldn't be an issue. I think that 8 needs to stay. 8 online should probably be region based per se, unless there's some type of way to validate connections or whatnot. But or maybe they have different servers for different regions that'll be able to do like some type of relaying of information for you, like local caching of data. So it's not just coming from your box in case it's slow. That's the only other thing I can really think of to resolve the issue. Kind of like what Netflix does for people.
Okay.
That's the only way but Nintendo, I don't think they would spend the money to do something like that, to be honest with you.
Not if they can find another way to do it.
Yeah. And, so 4-on-4, I think, is probably the closest.
The closest we'll get. Well,
yeah, for online, yeah.
For online, okay. And the last one is certainly least. You know what this one is, man. Smash Tour, man. That's Super Smash Brothers Mario Party, man. That just need to go. Need to go, man.
I didn't play all the way through it. Did you play all the way through it?
Yeah, I hated it.
Okay, yeah, I did some of the, so I unlocked. I think I may have beat it a couple times because you get there's a couple of characters you unlock that way, and then they show their little piece on the board or whatever, and go from there. But I didn't really. I kind of like just going through the mission stages. That's not bad. They should bring that back definitely. But Smash Tour, I tried that, and I played it a couple times just to unlock whatever I was aiming to unlock at that time. But after that, I didn't care. And then, of course, you could buy DLC characters at that point. So
so it really was pointless. Smash Tour, I know, I understand kind of why they put it in, but that's why a lot of people were complaining like they should have had something like Smash Run in the Wii U version because Smash Run was infinitely more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Smash Tour was just. That was a miss.
Yeah,
I don't know who thought that was fun. I don't really know who thought that was fun, but yeah, my bad, folks. It wasn't fun. So
it must have been something they was working on internally as another game. They're like, well, just throw this in there. I don't know. Yeah. They have all kind of things they're juggling up in the air just to see if they could see what sticks to the wall. I guess, yeah.
But the events, I like the events. The only thing I didn't like about the Wii U events was the fact that how I didn't like the way it looked. I kind of like because there was too many paths to me for some reason. It got to the point where I was just like, okay, I don't really care anymore. So
yeah, and then there was some of them like you literally had to spam vulnerabilities in the game the way they was to beat, so because like if someone was like, hey, you have to do this and set this world record time, and I'm like, oh, so you really want me to break this character to beat this stage? Okay,
yeah,
but is that really fun? Is that fun though? Like
I mean, now I did like the ticket thing, the custom ticket thing. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. I like that. That should probably come back because that was just crazy. I like the randomness of that, but
yeah,
the good thing about Smash Brothers is you really don't need DLC for it.
No, because you're always finding something new. Yeah. But the DLC kind of, I guess, that aided along people that either weren't good enough or didn't want to spend enough time to see some of that stuff.
Yeah,
so maybe that's
Sakurai's games are probably some of the most complete games you will probably ever play.
Yes, complete with other games. Like my son is playing demos for Super Nintendo games. Then I'm like, okay, you want this Kirby game? Great, I guess I have to get it now. Because
I mean, that's just how good Sakurai is. I mean, he honestly, when I hear people talk about like, oh well, Smash Bros. Getting DLC, it's about time Nintendo stepped into the future. I'm like, Smash Bros. Don't really need DLC.
No, the game's complete and then some. Like,
yeah, I'm like, it's packed with content. It don't need it. So, I mean, and there's something for everybody. I think that's one of the reasons why I like the game so much, because it really is something for everybody, even though it's technically a fighter. It's something for everybody in there.
It's a party game for everybody.
Yeah.
That happened to turn into a very serious fighter for people that take things
way too seriously.
Yeah, way too seriously. Go way too far.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest. I know some of y'all are like really into the whole Evo and fighting game scene. That's
collecting
cool
frame data.
Yeah, that's cool and everything. But don't get mad at somebody because when they play Smash, they like to play with items on, and they like to play minutes instead of stock matches. If you that good, you'll beat me anyway.
You beat me with that random thing. Get good, bro. Get good.
I mean, it's the same thing with Mario Kart. Yes, you are good at Mario Kart, but if I get this blue shell, you're gonna lose.
There's a person somewhere in the world that is the top ranked person playing with items. There's and that person might be as good as, or maybe he might suck playing without them. Who knows? But all we know is that there's somebody out there that no matter what items are thrown in that game, he's probably going to beat everybody every single time. Yeah. So it's just
it's how you play. It's how you use it. And like I said, the main problem I had with people in the Wii U generation of Smash Bros. Was I had people like, I remember there was one time, Shadow, me, you, and Andre, the Game I Did guy, was playing. We were not being serious at all.
Which is the best way to play.
We were joking around. I think we were talking about like barbecues and Hennessy.
Yep, that works. That sounds like an average conversation.
And so we were not playing seriously at all. And there were like 5 people in the comments jumping on us about like why we were doing this technique and that technique. I'm like, dude,
really? Like real talk? Like we're just having fun, man.
You not hear what we were saying? This
gamers at large.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm Shadow Fox. What's my byline? Do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? Like I was like, impressing you.
We wasn't even taking this seriously. I'm like, we were relaxing.
Some people don't understand and they feel that every game has to be something you're trying to prove. I'm like, they invent sports for that. Like,
I'm like, if you're doing that, to me, I'm sorry, and this might just be my opinion, but if you're one of those people that are like that, you're not having fun.
No, not at all.
You can't be having fun.
The only people that are OCD, ADHD, stuff like that, I could understand how that would be fun to them, and they take it to the extreme. What's the guy that played? They called Mewtwo, I think it was. That guy. He is not a people person at all, but that's his thing, and that's what he loved to do. Yeah. So it makes sense to me that a person like him, that's his fun while not being fun at all. To anybody else, I don't see how that would be fun. But to him, that's what he likes to do. So that, but the average person, there's no way the average person dedicates their time to one single game, one single character, one single frame set over and over and over and over and over again. And that's all you do? And that's fun to you?
No, that's a job, dude.
Out of a game with 58 characters? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's a job, dude.
Yeah, that's work.
Yeah, that's not. But like I said, and the reason why I break that up is because like when you see like me play like that, usually when you see me play like games on my channel, I'm doing like some kind of test or something, or I'm just showing gameplay. I'm not taking it serious. I'm just trying to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So because I just games are fun to me. They're meant to be fun. If I'm not having fun, I'm not playing it. So Smash is one of those games where I can just sit back and just lose myself and play and have a good time and laugh and make up stupid jokes because it's fun to see somebody get hit with a baseball bat.
Exactly.
Constantly jumping.
Yep. It's just amazing. Like the amount of randomness, I guess, is more of what's hilarious too, because it creates those oh my god kind of moments that kind of happen, and that happens in living rooms everywhere. That happens online everywhere, and that's to me that's what makes the game fun. To be honest with you, I don't a one-on-one. Okay, great. We could do this one-on-one and see how. But at some point though, if both of y'all are good, a smash fight playing online is not really that fun. Or anybody that walks by that looks, they're just like, what are y'all doing? It doesn't even really look that interesting. Now, tournament play, maybe, but that's a completely different scenario, and there's people watching. But the average household and somebody walks by and says, hey, what are you doing? I'm playing online, man. This is awesome. And you go and you look and you're like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Type deal. So Killer Instinct, yeah. I could get serious in that, but even when I'm getting serious, I'm having fun. It is fun to inflict as much damage as possible in long combos as possible because it feels fun doing it. Yeah. The way some of these people play Smash, it does not feel fun, and it makes your hands hurt.
Yeah, and it's actually annoying because then they come into other people's games who are just BSing and want to critique and get mad that you're not playing it serious. They do whatever. But
yeah,
that being said, play how you feel, but let others enjoy themselves as well.
Yes, it's all about fun, man. It's all about fun.
So when you see me play Smash, because you will see me, because that is a day one off the rip with no questions asked, that gets pre-ordered. And I know I got people who don't like pre-ordering. Yeah, that gets pre-ordered because I don't even want to hear nobody talking about, hey man, we sold out. I don't even want to hear that.
While you're on that, do you think there'll be a collector's edition? I don't think we've had one yet.
We've never had a collector's edition for Smash. I don't see that happening.
You don't think so? You think because it's so wide, it's so mainstream now?
They don't need to do it.
Yeah.
They don't need to do it. I mean, they're gonna get everybody money. They already know
that. Yeah. There'll definitely be an expansion pass. That much I know. That's going to return.
They gonna get everybody money. I mean, hell, you got third-party developers sitting there begging people to like, hey, ask them to put our character in the game. Really, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. It would really be cool to see like Shovel Knight in there, though. That would be nice.
It would be nice to see that. It would be nice to see like some of those third-party or some of those indie titles that like have been like Shantae show up.
Yep.
Or something
that would
like
be cool.
That would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but honestly, I don't know how that would work because like everybody has their favorites, and I know we got to have like a certain amount of new characters. That means somebody's gonna have to get cut.
Oh yeah, and that's gonna suck. Other than maybe the Mii Brawler.
Yeah. Now the thing is, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to have another Capcom versus SNK 2 where there was like 80 something characters on it, and
ooh.
Like there is such thing as too many characters, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to look for the sweet spot. You don't want to have like 80, 90 characters on there. And yeah, I'm not scrolling through no character list. So
yeah, and I'm thinking they're gonna have to keep the Mii's on there. Simply because they still have the amiibo.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think people like the Mii's because I like playing the Mii's myself personally.
Yeah,
I like playing as myself. That's just
you play as Mii Sword Fighter, right? That's the one you play with.
Yeah, that one in the Brawler.
Okay, the Brawler. Okay, so Brawler
and Sword Fighter. I had a gunner, but I didn't like the gunner. I went all that. But the Brawler and the Sword, yes. Those are my two. And actually, I played with the Sword Fighter more.
Okay.
Sword Fighter in the business suit, man.
Oh yeah, got to do it. Got to do it. That's the best way to make it happen, man. So yeah, I don't think I don't. If they do a special edition, it would be kind of cool. But with all these. I'm looking at the wall of amiibo that I have right now. Like I think they've already created their own special edition by doing these. So
we probably don't need any more.
Yeah, and they could literally do more Smash Brothers amiibo. Like, and they could just literally come out with another series of them since there's another Smash Brothers game. You know, say Dr. Mario isn't there or Dr. Mario is back and he looks different. There'll be a different amiibo for him.
Yeah,
I don't know. And guess what? People will line up to go get it.
And if they do any new characters, you best believe they're gonna be an amiibo. If they do, let's just say hypothetically speaking, of course, they do put like Travis Touchdown and Demise and stuff in there. There will be an amiibo for it.
Yes, most definitely.
Now, honestly, I would love to like if they do the Subspace Emissary, if they bring that back. I would like for them not to use like Taboo as the main bad guy, but have like one of the actual Nintendo enemies as the main bad guy, like Fawful or Demise, or one of the actual Nintendo bad guys. Because Taboo, let's be honest, Taboo was cheating. So
yeah, he's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, he was kind of ridiculous with it. I mean, yeah, they give you 6 characters to fight with, but you damn near needed all of them sometimes, depending on who you pick.
At least Crazy Hands had a set pattern you could memorize. Like there were so many random things Taboo had that was just.
Man, hold on. Taboo had a set pattern. It's called cheating.
Yeah. I was just like, let me inflict damage on the entire screen. There's no way for you to damage it, get away from it. It's like, oh, you're trying to air dodge. Oh, great. I'll just take just long enough so when you come out of your air dodge, it still hits you.
You still get hit. Yeah. He had a set move set. It's called cheating. I mean, even though I don't mind, I didn't mind him as a bad guy. Because once I got used to him, I got used to him. So I still lose about 3 or 4 characters, but I got used to them. But personally, I would just like to see like they actually have like an actual Nintendo villain. Villain, one of the bad ones. Like,
just make it WarioWare. Just like at the end, if you're just gonna have screen filling stuff, just have Wario's big face show up and it be WarioWare. Like, I don't know, just something.
Or do like a kind of escape sequence into a fight or something like that. That would be cool. So
just something like that.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed our little Smash discussion. Let us know in the comments what would you like to see in the upcoming Smash. What any modes that you are especially fond of? What characters that haven't been in one that you would like to see? Like I said, me personally, I'm a Demise and Travis Touchdown guy. So
maybe not so much Demise, but he needs to show up. And then definitely Travis Touchdown. Most definitely, he needs to be there.
So let us know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. Shadowfox, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Yeah. So my channel is back alive, people. I'll be doing a podcast hopefully today. If not, then it'll be the rest of this week. And be play games, have fun, and to impress other people. Also, those on my list, be warned.
And with that being said, we will see you guys later. Peace. Dang, I missed. Okay, this guy's getting on my nerves. And I'm probably going to get hit. Dang it. Did not mean to do that. Oh, no, you don't. Seriously, dude. Damn it. Oh, no. Dang it. I wonder who won that one. And he got me. God dang it. Oh, well. Wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad match. No lag at all, so that wasn't real bad. Congrats.